Well, hello everybody. Thank you so much for being here. This is Miss Janice, and I just want to say welcome. Thank you so much for the new subscribers. I mean, we're at 85 now. Wow. When we reach 100, your kids and myself and you are going to be so happy. So, what I'm going to do today is we're going to go over some more words regarding our alphabet sound chart. And I know I keep holding it up instead of putting it on the board. And the reason being is because I want you to make an alphabet sound chart so that when we go over, you can point to it. You don't need a alphabet scale or the alphabet um, on the wall. You just take this right here. And remember, you continually make them because these become so beneficial. You're still practicing writing that capital I, lowercase I, capital O, lowercase o, because those are the four letters that you need to learn how to write every number and every letter in the alphabet of the English language, okay? And Spanish. Okay, so let's get started. So what we're going to do today, we figured out, um, hold on, we're going to go online first. I wanted to make sure that I saw you before I went here. There you go. And we're going to go to Reading Head Start. At Reading Head Start, they teach you how to not only write, and this is Reading Head Start over here. So I'm intermingling everything, but the main objective is to get your children connected to Khan Academy. It's free. You don't have to pay any money at all. If you need help, that's me. Let's do restore because it did shut down kind of quick. I'm the one that teaches you abacada, good, hit it, jaka, in a p, k, s, t, a, v, wa, x, ya, and z. Now I know my alphabet sounds. Sing with me the next time around. And remember, if you have your alphabet chart, if you started off on that side, next time around. And then if you start off on this side, next time around. See? All right. So we already went over the A sound. We went over the A sound. It's A, and A. And remember that we are going over body parts. So the A could be abdomen. Okay? Like the T, if you call your stomach, if you call it the abdomen, if you call it the belly, then you can use it for belly. And we want the parts of our body that go along with the alphabet. And the reason being is because, all throughout our lives, we've been like, reads apple. No, we need some new words. And then we did the sound. So these are our original letters because we're talking about being a friend with Jesus and we're learning how interactive he is and that we can talk to him. One of the ways that he knows that we're his friend. He's already ours. He calls us his friend. But we want him to know that we are his friend. He's not just our friend. We had a class on Wednesday and I asked one of the young ones, I think she's like 7 or 8. I think she's 7. And I said, "What's your best friend name? Or what's your friend's name?" And she gave me a name. And I said, "If we'll say Emily for this story," I said, "If Emily came over your house and all she did was," I said, "Would you think she was your friend?" No. Well, you also have to talk to Jesus. You have to communicate with him. Anyway, let's do this second letter. So this one has two sounds also. A has 3 sounds. A, and A. C has 2 sounds. S, which is also the sound of the letter S, and K, which is also the sound of the letter K. Okay, so and because we're learning to sing the alphabet, not ah, k, t. No, we're not doing that. Because we're learning to sing the alphabet, could when you say act or act or act, right? So you have to figure out which one it is, or a, and then but it comes quicker. You'll get it. I promise you, you will get it. You'll be like, oh, I can read because you'll hear the sounded song if you sing it. You take that deep breath, act, 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 act. I mean, you will literally, you will literally get it. You'll be so shocked because you're not going act. That's not how you talk. Act, act. So when you take that deep breath, you use that breath to say the sounds. See, aced, aced. And like I heard the word aced. I heard the word aced. Like I aced the test, aced. But then all of a sudden you say aced, aced. Oh, that's not it. You will literally get it. I'm trying to tell you, you will get it. Okay. Now look at this one right here. Added. See, added. No. So what happening is you're learning words that you already know. See, when I use this word in math, you add. And remember, it's association, repetition. Keep going. Motivation. Like what makes you want to do this? That's why you start off with the letters in your child's name. You give the whole name. When it was my turn to teach my little one, this is how I know this. When it was my turn to teach my little one her whole name, I just kept telling her, oh, you're going to learn how to read real fast. Almost every letter in the alphabet is in your name. And of course, at the age of 2 and 3, she was reading. She wasn't pointing to the words, go add. No. I mean, you take them further than that. You teach them to sing the sounds. Ab, could, ab, could, add, add. See, I'm trying to tell you it works. You take that deep breath. A, p. And as you're pointing to it, a, p. So it's am. Am. I am. See, am. I mean, am. Am. Ab. Could. See, see, I'm telling you, it works. The song works because you're not finding yourself mm, No, what happens is you literally remember the alphabet sound song. And the same way when I was teaching myself Spanish, I would go read stories. I would read short stories. And then when I would try to find the word, I would go through the whole short story. That meant I had to remember the story just for one word. The first time I did it was cabeza. That was head. No. Anyway, that cabeza means head, but that was the word because the lady had a pretty haircut. She cut her hair. And oh, I almost had it. Anyway, but that's the way I remember. So by me learning how I remember and learning that children like singing, Father gave us an alphabet sound song. Abacus, aim, aim, a, And then when you say aim, aim, see, it is another sound in it. Aim, aim. See, there's only two sounds right there. Am, l, m, n, a, p, k, s. And I keep going. So it's okay? But they have to sing the alphabet song before they get to the reading part, because it begins to associate itself with reading. The sounds and that's the same with their name. If their name is Nicholas, Nick, Nick, and then you just start talking to them. These two letters read k. It's not nisk. See, because they'll figure it out. St, st, no, that's not an S. They will figure it out. Ask, I, b, k, d. I hear you singing. St, 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 ask, k, like that. It will come to them. Okay? So ask, ask, ask. Remember, you take that deep breath. Remind them. You don't have to do it. Tell them to do it. Take a deep breath. Okay, now sound it out. Ask. Okay? At. See, because they can go ought, and it'll no ought. It doesn't make sense. Ought. I ought to go to this ought. But then they'll remember, no, because ought, when you say I ought to go to the store, that has more letters than two. So at, and that's where reading comes in too. So as you're reading the letters to them, ab, k, d, ab, s, d, ab, s, d, ab, s, d. Then you go ab, k, d, ab, k, d, ab, s, d, ab, st. And that's why you go over this all the time. And then each day you give them a different sound to remember. Like the day is folded to the v sound. S, t, v, 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 chew. Don't worry, you're gonna think of some. You're gonna think of some stuff. Okay, b, ak, b, ak, ab, k, ab, k, b, ak, b, ak, and then you just start telling them, cause you're singing it. B, b, g, b, ag. I mean, you will see bag. B, ag, b, ag. Trust me, they'll get it. And then you remind them when you see two letters the same. If you're teaching English, that's why I like to separate the two languages, because when you're teaching Spanish, two L's together reads yeah, yeah, and we're learning English, so you have to tell them, and the more information that you give your little one, the more they will be able to comprehend. They will understand it. They will understand it. And when you hear things like your child is dyslexic, if you hear that your child is like JDH, I always say that 88. You know what I mean? When they're too rambunctious, I told you about that. How you give them activities in the morning that allows them to be the different letters. If you're doing reading first, if you're doing reading, your child is rambunctious, you say, how would you be a B? stand up. Let me see how you'll be a B. And they be like, okay, hands up. No, that's not it. Well, do your little brother or do your little sister. You grab the little sister. Come here, baby. Come here. And you put them there and just say, Johnny needs your help to be a letter B. Can you be this part right here? And then let Johnny be this part. And if you look real close, you can see that's the capital I, the line down, 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 stop. And then that's the lowercase o. That's the lowercase o with the line down. And I apologize. That's why when you're doing your letters, you tell them about this part right here. You say, and you do it a couple of times. They'll get it. You erase the loop, which is the top of a lowercase o. You erase that and you erase this, which is the bottom dip. So that's the top dip and that's the beginning of the bottom dip. Unless you want to teach your children to make that, to write the A like that. But it's best to teach them with the lowercase o and the lowercase I without the dip or the dot at the top. Because when it comes to writing in cursive, and remember, you start off by holding, you tell them, I will teach you how to write, and literally don't do it. I will teach you how to write when you can eat a whole meal with holding your spoon like this. And every day at the dinner table, yeah, woohoo! Oh, you almost made it. It's not if you don't drop anything, if you don't spill anything. No, you just teach them to listen to what you're saying. Those 15-minute promises are going to start happening. You're going to go over 15 minutes because they're asking you, Mom, Dad, what comes after 15? What comes after 16? What comes after 17? And then you're going to start counting, and then they're going to find out that, okay, 19 comes before 20. They're going to remember that because they want to spend more time with you. Okay, so you got but all, but all. I'm stashed. Anyway, let's keep going. But ang, but ang, but ang, but ang, and that's why I teach in increments of 4. When you first start reading, it's b k d a b k d a b a b k d. So they're learning how to read. And don't forget to put the words at the bottom of your screen. Don't forget that. When you put the word at the bottom of your screen, now just think about it. We don't, as grown-ups, don't like the words at the, well, I do, but okay. We as grown-ups don't like the words at the bottom or the letters at the bottom of our screen because instead of looking at the picture, we're looking at the words. And what children do is they do the same exact thing. The only difference is to them, it's like a radio. It does something. It associates itself together. It is repetition. You're always doing it. They're noticing the different things in their room. Because remember, you're supposed to be taking like 3x5 cards, putting this raw, 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 and you constantly getting them in the mode of learning constantly. So you're going to put D-R-A-W. But when you're teaching them how to read, you put sounds. This is D-R-A-W. And then let's sing the alphabet song. Anytime you're going to teach anything about reading, the alphabet song comes in so handy. And dresser. And spell it the correct way. And then tell them about syllables. You'll notice that these have one syllable. These are one syllable words. They're still spelling them the same, but they're starting your child off with words that you can put li on the end, ing on the end, like that. They're starting your children off with these types of words because it is going all over the place. There's no such thing. Remember, when we're doing the alphabet sound song, we're setting them in segments of 4. A, B, K, D, A, B, K, D, F, G, F, G, H, it, juka, hit it, juka, and a puh. Now remember I said F, good, but when it came to and a puh, that's where that fourth sound went to. And so what you're doing is k, s, k, s, t, v, t, v, wa, x, wa, x, ya, and z, ya, and z. And you remember it. And if you don't, you ask them, how the alphabet sound song go? And they will sing it. They will sing the song. I remember the first day we came up with, Holly and I came up with this alphabet sound song. It was amazing. I mean, because we would make up songs as we were walking. Mary had a little lamb, we were walking. She was in the carriage. I was walking, so there's a little beat going. Your feet little. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb whose fleece was white as snow. Everywhere that Mary went, Mary went, Mary went. Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. Followed her to school one day. See, I mean, everything was singing, because if you teaching your children to sing the sounds, sing songs, sing letters, what else are they gonna do? Okay, let's sing this word. B-a-ng, b-ang, b-ang, b-ang. And if you find them doing like I did at first, b-a-ng, b-a-ng. See, you won't get it. Because you hear this, because you already know the word, you get it. But when a child is first learning, teach them to sing the sounds, and it will go right to their head. Alphabet song. Oh yeah, association, repetition. Okay. Okay, motivation. Now, again, I'll tell you about motivation often, and the reason being is because when they learn their whole name, they feel like they accomplished something. They feel like they accomplished something. And they will always say their whole name afterwards. What's your name? Gregory Allen Temple III? Yeah, I mean, so what you do is you teach your children how to sing songs, sing the alphabet song. That's all you have to do is just continually sing the alphabet song. Okay, so we got b-ang, 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 and it's not I don't know how to sing. Okay, here's a three-letter word. Now, why do you think that they have a three-letter word and the first ones was 4 letters? I'll tell you, since I can't hear you, you probably answered in. But what they do is they're teaching words that you can use in sentence. I am the best at reading. Batter, batted. And then some children will say bat, like B-A-T as B-A-D. So you have to remember the alphabet sound song. And I'm going to tell you why. When I was teaching my little one how to read, I would give her workbooks and she would do the workbook by herself. It didn't matter whether she could or not. It did not matter whether she could read the workbook or not. I would give her like if she's going to the 3rd grade, I would give her a 4th grade workbook for the summer. If she's going to the 5th grade, I would give her a 6th grade workbook for the summer. My oldest daughter, when she was in the 2nd grade, we started reading the same books. Like she would go to her library at the school. I would go to the library, the city library, and then I would get the same books that she got at her school. Because she was in the 2nd grade, reading at a 7th grade level. And I started off telling you, too, that when we first started with that alphabet song, my oldest daughter was like, I'll never learn that. Because now Holly and I was having so much fun, that she wanted to learn it, but one day out of the clear blue, we was like, look what we learned. And because we learned it in one day. Now, if the holla is two, and she learned it in one day, and I was like 34, and I learned it in one day. As smart as she is, you're gonna learn the alphabet sound song, okay? So you keep going. Don't stop. That's the main thing. Don't stop. So if you forget though, and you find yourself, or you find your little one go b-e-s-t, b-e-s-t, b-e-s-t. But if you say, okay, now sing it. You don't have to, no, you're supposed to, no, just, okay, now sing it. B-e-s-t, get a shot. B-e-s-t, 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 best. You will see them do stuff like that. You will see their little going, oh, because they're getting it. Hold on, let me turn this way. Okay, let's go to another one. Now, when you know that we're not going over all of the pages, I just wanted to make sure that the reason why, the reason why you tell your little one to keep this in their pocket and whip it out. Tell them to fold it in a different direction. And if they come home crying, oh, I tore it, because this piece of paper, oh my goodness, it's definitely going to tear. See, look. See that hole? And it's because of folding and refolding. Don't tape it together. Don't but you just make new ones. Okay, come on. I know we got 15 minutes. And they be like, okay. And they will fold it, and or you will fold it and then put the letters on it, and just really have them excited about it. I mean, make this their new learning adventure. Oh, take out your chart, son. See if you can find this, and then because we need it. See if you can find this on your chart from our list, our grocery list, and it'll be something like eggs. They'll know what it is, and then they'll find out. Oh, well, why does it have two G's? It's not called eggus. Eggus. See, I mean, the conversation will be about learning. You're going to be so happy that you're on this journey with them, this adventure. I mean, you're going to be walking down the street finding letters that are in their name. You're going to see how they're getting it. You're going to on purpose take Max train rides. Or you're going to go out to get some ICECREAM and let them try to figure it out. We're going to get a WATERMELON. And don't just use 3 and 4 letter words. Really use syllable words, and then start talking about syllables. Watermelon. Oh, that is 4 syllables. Watermelon. Watermelon. How many times did I clap? So you're associating stuff. So they're figuring out how to associate. And they're motivated to do it. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. and give them do-overs, please. Oh, my son ain't gonna listen. He'll never listen. This is how he will begin to listen. Well, I know my daughter ain't gonna go for this. This is how they begin to go for it if you do it continuously. Repetition. They've seen a new side of you. You're seeing a new side of them. And you will see them happy because they're learning. And if they're older brothers and sisters, have a spell day. Okay, Thursday dinner time at the table, we're having a spell day. And I remember once my sister, she was 7, I believe. And her teacher told me, I guess thought she was doing something. But her teacher told me she would never learn how to read. And I just took all this information and went home, told my mom that her teacher stopped teaching her. I didn't say those words, but in essence, if you're telling somebody that you will never learn how to read, How would you feel? You will never see. I haven't even finished it. And you're like, I will too. See. So anyway, I was tutoring my sister along with my 2-year old and like that. So I was tutoring my sister, and but I got this thick encyclopedia out, and I called a lady. I said, "Lady, come here." And she said, "Yes, ma'am." I said, "Come here." I said, have you read any of these books before?" And we all knew that they were encyclopedias. I mean, she was 7, knew there was hard books. No. And so I just flipped it open, and I saw words like the, at, and, we, our, words that are little words. And then all of a sudden I said, "What does this word read?" And she said, "At?" I said, "What does this word?" I closed the book real quick first. And I said, "I thought you said you never read this book before." She said, "I didn't." "Are you sure?" And she said, "Yes, ma'am. I never read this book before." I opened up to another word, the, just a little word. And then I said, "What does this word read?" And by the 5th time, I asked her, I said, "Do you know why I'm doing this to you?" And she looked at me and she said, "No, ma'am." And I said, "Because your teacher told me that you would never learn how to read." I said, "Don't ever let anybody tell you what you cannot do." And of course, she got moved to another school. She started getting A's, and because they had her in a class of like children with very low, like Down syndrome, classes that didn't have anything to do with her. I'll put it that way. Okay, so don't ever think that you don't know, because what happens is once your little one figures out like to read, they will ask for books. They will want to read to you. They will want you to know that they are comprehending and understanding and want to do more because they can. They simply can. Okay? So we're gonna stop at the word big. I think. Hold on. Let's wait. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna stop at the word big because there are a lot of B's. And remember, see how they're using every sound? They're not leaving out a sound. Uz, b, uz, b, uz. And it didn't even sound like buzz. B, uz. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna stop here. And I'm going to say thank you so much. And please remember the 15-minute promises. Just go 15 minutes. Oh, we're going to listen to that some more tomorrow. Or let's do this over and do it together. Oh, Miss Janice sent me a video today. Do you want to see it with me? Or do you want me to see it by myself? If they say see it by yourself and you enjoy the video. No, wait. No, she didn't say that. No, but buzz, 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 buzz. You're good, I promise. Okay, so thank you again. And again, I want to thank the new subscribers. Thank you so much. I mean, 85 subscribers. Oh my goodness. All right. Um, oh, it's working again, I think. 7:44. And we're supposed to count the dots. Did I touch it wrong? Oh no. Oh no. Yep, touched it wrong. Buzz. Buzz. Have a nice evening. Thank you. And please give your little one a hug for me. Please. And make sure you say, okay? All right. Bye for now.